Is this how this is supposed to be? It feels very... I mean, can you see me modeling this? Let's go. Hello, beautiful people. It's Auntie Gen here. Welcome to another episode of Storytime with me. Thank you so much for bringing a friend. Thank you so much for coming with your friend to this channel where the storytelling magic begins. Now, before we start all the fun stuff, housekeeping. Yeah, we're doing that now. So, three things that I want to touch base on quickly before we get into what's happening today. Number one, I know what it is. Timestamps, right? So I have included timestamps in this video, and I will also include them in all the other videos going forward, because sometimes I usually give a little historical or some sort of background or biographical information about the story that I'm going to tell. I rarely just drop a story on you, but sometimes I do, but not always. So I'm gonna have timestamps in the description below, so be sure to check that out. 2, people in the comments. I just want to say hey, because I see you. I see you every week commenting and saying how much, oh, you like this or you like that, or it was funny or it was scary, Auntie Gen. And I look forward to responding to all of your comments like the day after I've uploaded a video. So I just wanted to say thank you. Give yourself a pat on the back. Tell yourself thank you. Right. Number 3, I mean, I've said it before, but I'll say it again. We have hit over 100 subscribers, and I think I'm a little bit shocked, but I'm also very much elated by that. So thank you so much to everyone who has subscribed, who has continued to share and comment and like, and all the wonderful things that you do to support this channel. And I'm telling you now, you're in for an adventure, because there's so much more in store. There's so much more to come, and it's gonna be big. It's gonna be great. We're gonna have a lot of fun. Okay, alrighty. And yeah, I just want to say thank you for that. Maybe when I get 200 subscribers, I'll get like 200 balloons for whatever reason. I don't know why. Well, I'll get there when I cross the bridge. Anyways, let's get into what's happening today. So today we are speaking about the importance of our language. So whether you've heard of the term Creole, Pidgin, dialect, or there's another one, Patois. Oh my gosh, Patois. By the way, can someone please tell me what it is that I'm saying, and if this is Pidgin or if this is Patois, because I've heard this growing up a lot. I'm gonna give you an example. Abay wa ben to bo the be shabak to bo babay sabam chabak to bo drama abon the bigger bumb. Abana bay bo bus to babe ibing hawak skawatch. Yeah, basketball. What about you, boom mean? Okay, I talk it really fast, right? But my auntie just talk this thing fast. She speaks it with her sisters, and I'm just her like, he went somewhere where he went. So I need someone to help me in the comments. Thank you. Why is it important? First and foremost, our Creole language, our Caribbean language, is the most, listen, the most authentic form of self-expression we as a Caribbean people have. You don't hear it anywhere else. And when you hear it somewhere else, you automatically know where that person is from. And you just feel a sense of, you know, it's like when you cook and cook up, you want plain, simple cook up, or you want a nice, flavorful cook up with some salt beef and pigtail and frying a little ripe plantain on the side, and ensuring that you throw your what you call it, if you want to drop a little callaloo in there, get a little callaloo cook up or something. You want to ensure that your food is like flavorful and all the flavors is just and that's what our language is. Our language is like seasoning of the world. It is the sauce. What? Would you eat a plain hot dog? No. Anywho, it's the most authentic form of self-expression, right? Then the second thing I like to think is it really is a hybrid of all the Caribbean cultures. Like it just represents us. It just represents us and who we are and our struggles and how we communicate and how we interact with each other and how we feel a sense of familiarity, how we feel comfortable, how we feel safe in a space where I could just speak as I choose to and know that the person on the receiving end is able to understand what I'm saying, and not be like, wait, you talking too fast? Oh, what? Fall down? What's high yaga? What? And it is also important to note that Creole, I need to reiterate this, Creole is a language, right? It is a language and it has its own structure. It has its own syntax, its own phonology, its own semantics. Like it has its own structure. So don't let anyone belittle you or make you feel less than if you prefer to use Creolese when you're speaking. If that's the way you wish to express yourself and the way you wish to engage with others, it doesn't make you silly or stupid, or it doesn't make you like not smart or unintelligent or anything like that. Like that's not true. That's not true. We're all different people and we're all going to express ourselves in very different ways. Okay? So stand in your power, stand in your language, regardless, whichever Caribbean country you're from, stand in the power of the language of your people and speak from your heart. Okay? We've also had pioneers who have said, listen, our Caribbean language is important, and they've ensured that their philosophy and their expression of the Caribbean language has been embedded in a lot of our Caribbean literature. We have pioneers such as Derek Walcott. We have V.S. Naipaul. We also have, oh my goodness, Derek Walcott, V.S. Naipaul, George Lamming. And we have the late Mr. Edward Camel Brathwaite, who actually coined the term nation language. And this is what he has to say about it. Again, stand in the power that is your language. Stand in the truth that is your language. Embrace it. Have fun with it. Express it. Be happy about it. Because it's you. It's we. It's all of we. It's we thing. You understand? So don't let nobody trick you. Don't let nobody trick you. And today's story is especially important because of the global climate. I mean, there's a lot happening, and I just hope everyone is taking a moment to truly take time to read. Please take time to read and educate yourself. A lot is happening in the world. Read. Tell a story. Every time you tell a story, you spark a connection. Share a story. Share some sort of knowledge. Today's story is about using your language, speaking your truth, and using your voice. Use your voice. Have a beautiful week. Sending you love. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank who? Thank you. If I say creek, you gotta say crack. If I say creek, you gotta say crack. I see you come back. Sit down, let we chat. I got a story for you, and this one is facts. But if I say creek, you gotta say crack. If I say creek, you gotta say
Long time ago, back a day, when fish used to walk and monkeys used to talk, there was a farmer named Mr. Bob. And he lived on this farm called Golden Grove. Now, Mr. Bob had a whole lot of animals, and he loved each and every single one of them. But there was one particular set of animals that was dearest to Mr. Bob's heart, and it was the sheep them. Now, a lot of people used to say that it was because he only had 7 sheep, but really and truly, Mr. Bob just admired how kind and loving they were, how they just used to get along. Even though they had different kinds of fleece, they all used to live in peace. Now, I know you're wondering, Auntie Gen, what's fleece? Well, you see, sheep got thick set of wool on the sheep body. That's really fleece, right? Let me continue. Anyways, the sheep used to live together in harmony and do all fun things together. But one night they went to sleep, and they usually sleep on a pasture, a big pasture. But you see, that one night when they went to sleep, everything changed. Next day, Mr. Bob came bright and early to gather up the sheep, and he started counting because something ain't looking right. Counting, and he noticed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Only 6 sheep. So he said to himself, man, that must be there wrong the place somewhere. That one sheep they're wandering. I gonna find it later. The next night, 6 sheep went to sleep, but only 5 turned up when the sun come up. 5? Oh, where my sheep could have gone? This ain't making no sense. How I only got 5 sheep now, man? He started asking around to know if somebody was stealing on the farm. Now, you know farm animals, you just got said quick and quack, stories gone all over the tracks. Everybody come checking for the sheep. Yeah, how good is what's going on? I hear somebody missing. Joe, didn't even know. Joe is looking to me like, cause you know. And the whole conversation went long. There was one particular sheep though. We'll call her Little Sally Walker. Yes, Little Sally Walker. She was determined to figure out who this sheep crook was. And she told herself she can sleep with one eye open. So that night, 5 sheep went to sleep. And it was a little around midnight. You know them kind of time when jumbies they're roaming? Around that kind of time. And Sally got her one eye open to see who the sheep thief is. But to her surprise, she see this sheep start unzipping. And when she see what came out of the sheep, she can't even speak. What do you think it could be? Tell me. You tell me. It could only be a wolf. A wolf in sheep's clothing. How interesting. That's what I said too. So let me tell you what happened. She gets so frightened she didn't even know what to do. She moved nothing. And this wolf come out of the sheep clothing and went and pounced on the closest sheep and kill it and eat it. And then when it done, it went back inside the sheep clothing and zip it up. True story, no lie. And the next morning now, Mr. Brown come again. Mr. Bob. Why I call him Mr. Brown? Anyways, he come and he counting again. 1, 2, 3, 4 sheep now, man. This ain't making sense. Who is really the culprit? He asking wrong. The farm animals coming again. Anybody know anything? Only 4 sheep left. And zip, zap, zoop. Nobody said nothing. Not even little Sally Walker. She ain't said a thing. But she had a plan. And her plan was to sleep far away from the wolf in sheep's clothing. So that when he wake up to eat, he can eat. He can eat sheep. That night, 4 sheep went to sleep, but only 3 woke up when the sun came up. And the next day, same thing happened. 3 sheep went to sleep, but only 2 woke up when the sun came up. So now she get frightened. She decide she gotta go tell Mr. Bob what's going on. And she went to Mr. Bob. She started telling Mr. Bob, and Mr. Bob, he couldn't believe, but he had to go and rush and get the other sheep. And Mr. Bob killed the wolf that was in sheep's clothing. Mr. Bob come back and say, Sally, little Sally Walker, why you never come and talk to me sooner, child? And sheep say, I just didn't know. I feel like it wasn't my business to tell you nothing because I know it's really going on. I was minding my business. I was in my corner. And Mr. Bob said, no, Sally, you can't always do that. This world has a lot of wolves in it. And if you don't speak up, if you don't say something, the wolves will continue to kill and hurt and destroy people. You have to speak up. Sally Walker thinking now. She's saying, man, but you know sometimes when I try to talk, y'all don't really understand me all the time. So I used to say nothing. And Mr. Bob had to reassure Sally, your voice is always important. Who got ears to hear, can hear what you got to say, Sally. You hear what I'm telling you? But if you see something and it's not right, or you hear something and it's not right, you have to speak up. You gotta use your voice. You can't allow the wolves, cause this world got a lot of wolves, but you can't allow the wolves to continue to kill all the sheep, to continue to bully the cows, or even threaten the dogs, or go and run away with the ducks. There must be a time when you have to say enough is enough, and you have to put a stop to it. So you know what, Sally? Thank you for speaking up. Thank you. We can now move forward, and now we gotta be more careful. But I appreciate you saying something. So said, so done. Things on the farm, you know, it wasn't all holly jolly because a lot of work had to be done. A lot of work had to be done. And the thing about Mr. Bob, he always believed in educating the animals on the farm. Now you might be thinking, who can go and educate farm animals? But let me tell you something. Animals ain't stupid. They ain't stupid. They ain't stupid. There's hear, there's see, and there's know. So what I can tell you is what Mr. Bob tell them. Educate yourself. Sit down and read a book. Learn what's going on in the world and know what's going on around you. And above all, do not ever frighten for use your voice. Speak up and speak out. And embrace the mother tongue that you got.